Hello there! From behind the yellow line, this is Trammin, episode 219. My name is Kirk, and as always, I'm joined by my friend, and he's streets ahead, Christian Rainwater.
What's up, everybody? Our big thunder topic of the week is Disneyland's feeling of community.
Kirk and Christian in the morning.
Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast. Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding. As a courtesy to other passengers, we ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking on board. In just a few moments, we will begin our trip into the Disneyland Resort news and topic of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, this tram is ready to depart. Driver, you are clear.
Welcome back to Trammin, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We're your hosts, Kirk and Rain. What's up, Rain?
Before we get into that point that you have on here, for some reason this week, I binged Big Brother so hard. I've never binged a show like this. That's all I did.
Did you watch it back in the day?
I did. I completely forgot about people, and this is going to be completely irrelevant to most. Do you remember Mike Boogie?
Oh, yeah, dude. Love Mike Boogie. Dr. Will.
Dr. Will. Janelle. Dude,
Evil Dick.
Yep. And he played with his daughter, right?
Yeah, Danielle.
There you go. Oh, that's
I forgot about Janelle. Yeah.
I was like being reminded by everyone. Do you remember the GOAT of Big Brother? Because I don't think I ever watched the season as a kid. Season 10.
Season 10?
Yes.
The GOAT of Big Brother, season 10. Is none of the names you mentioned?
No. Dan.
Oh, I remember Dan.
Dude, I was...
Dan the priest, dude.
Exactly. He was the Catholic school teacher, the football coach.
Did you watch all of Big Brother?
What do you mean?
Till the end?
Like...
Paul, dude.
That's what my sister told me.
Paul.
That's what my sister
we talked about it at your Survivor night.
And Brittany was like, Paul would always talk about Dan because that's who he looked up to.
But Paul didn't know anything when he started. That's so, dude. I watched it with Kevin Autumn. We hated Paul when he came in. This Armenian guy, Kayla's friend.
That's right. That's what Brittany told me.
And I had known about him before Big Brother, and I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He used to make dumb videos on YouTube, and Kayla would send them to me. And we're like, this guy's cocky. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't care about Big Brother. And then you see him master it and get it. And then he goes all in. And we're like, we love Paul.
Yeah, I saw one of the newer seasons. Like, we were watching it, season 23, 2. Not the same. Definitely
last one we saw was, I think, Paul's second season.
Okay.
And then we stopped because this is what happened. Everyone moved out from where my parents lived, and I could have continued, but what would happen is it's on in the summers.
Yeah.
It's on 3 times a week.
Yeah, dude, it's a commitment, man.
Autumn lived up the hill.
Yeah.
And Kev lived in the same house, and the 3 of us would watch it, and we would record it, and we'd just watch it like multiple days a week, dude.
Yeah.
And then when everyone leaves, it's fun to watch with people.
It is. It was
because you get into it, dude. My favorite thing about Big Brother, this is when I got Autumn into it. Someone called a house meeting, and I go, "It's over for that guy." As soon as you call a house meeting,
yeah, that's it,
dude. They're like drama. Yeah. This guy's out. If someone yells house meeting, dunzo.
Yeah, dude. I was so blown away by that season. 27 episodes of pure, just reality TV perfection.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Did you see the one? There's, I think, James, the little Asian dude, but he was a redneck.
No, I don't remember that at all. But when they brought people back on this one competition, one challenge that they had, and they brought a bunch of all-stars back, and they showed Mike Boogie, it literally unlocked like my mind palace, dude. From when I was a kid, I was like, whoa. And Brandy's like, you don't remember him? And I'm like, no,
you remember Mike Boogie.
You remember Mike Boogie.
Yeah, his voice is hilarious. Yeah. Dude, it was a good time.
What a good show, man.
Kimmy and I talk about this with The Bachelor, which she watches. And I don't watch it. I see her clips, and I've watched a few episodes with her. And the problem with reality TV show now is social media.
Yeah.
I know I say that that's the problem with everything. But 1, they all go on these shows for clout.
Yeah.
And 2,
100%.
We know too much about these people, and they're not just dumb idiots on a show and then they go away. It's like we know about their past,
You know everything.
we know that they were in the Confederate Club in college, like, you know, and then like and then they want this life after it, and it's like, yeah, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, dude, you know, there was on that season with Dan, there was a guy, an old man named Cherry, ex-Marine. Dude, you know he'd be ripped apart today. Like, he's a very conservative,
and the point of Big Brother, it started as like, sorry, I have to say it, especially for Autumn, Big Brother. Sorry, I have a Big Brother shirt downstairs that someone made. Cool. It was this guy named Zach. He wore a pink hat. But anyways, back to thing with Big Brother. The concept of it was social experiment
to put different people in the same house
from throughout America. And they did it based off of demographics. That's why there's always 2 black people. That's why there's always a certain number of women, a certain number of people like from the South.
Yeah.
There was like always 1 gay person because of just percentages. There were like 14 to 16 people in the house. So like 1/16 of the US would be a gay person.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2/16 of the US would be black people. So they put like that was why, because people like, why are there specifically 2 black people? Sometimes like 3, 1. It wasn't like this weird like quota token thing. It was literally like, no, we need this to represent America. And that's why there's this guy who's in finance, this person who's a teacher, this person's from Texas, this person's from Tennessee. It was meant to represent like everyone in America. And that's why like people would be at each other's throats and whatever. Great show.
Yeah, I started watching it because I saw a House of Villains a couple weeks ago. And I forgot to mention it because I forgot to talk to Kimmy about it because I now know who Corinne is.
I don't know who that is.
She's from The Bachelor, I believe. Yeah, she's from The Bachelor. I thought The Bachelorette, but and now like I'm starting. The House of Villains is just a new version of Big Brother with all villains. Yeah. So shout out to Big Brother, dude.
Yeah. Shout out to Julie Chen.
JC.
Julie Chen is my homegirl, dude.
I had no idea she was married to
Leslie Moon.
Yeah.
It's a whole.
I had no idea,
dude. Cringe moment on Big Brother
when she said her last name.
Yeah.
She's not Julie Chen anymore. Julie Chen Moonves. Yeah. And
she stopped it. She stopped it though.
Oh, she
just did it once? No. The week the allegations came out. Oh, she does it now?
In 23, the last one we were watching, every week. She says it every week.
Huh. For a while, she said it, and then people didn't like it, and I think she just stopped for a bit.
Yeah.
She did it like when the allegations came out. Yeah.
I
CEO of CBS or whatever, right?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Did you know Sony's buying Paramount?
Yes, I did see that.
I did. I heard about it on Sacred Symbols, and I was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah,
and they moved on.
Yeah, I think it was like 19 billion or something. Yeah,
they're financing it. They don't even. Sony doesn't have the money. Weird times. Now Sony has a streaming service.
That they do.
PlayStation Paramount Plus.
And that's what I just upped my subscription on because I was tired of commercials throughout watching Big Brother.
Oh, that's on Paramount.
Yeah, all the seasons.
Dude. Okay, last point I'll make about Big Brother. They were the first streaming thing.
Oh, Big Brother After Dark.
No, After Dark was on like Ion and stuff.
It was on Showtime
24/7.
That's right, the website one.
They had one where you can watch all the cameras 24/7, and that's why I would tell people this is the only real reality show.
Yeah,
you can just watch them, and they'll just talk. They won't censor it.
Yeah,
and then they launched CBS All Access. And then they eventually changed the name, and then it was CBS Plus and Paramount Plus, but it all started back then
with Big Brother. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. So speaking of 4-hour-long conversations, I figured we do this now because you don't want to do this later.
Yeah, do it now.
Jenny Nicholson.
What a video! What a freaking video, dude!
Shout out, listener Hector, who said, "I like that we all watch this simultaneously," and he wrote, "I love this podcast." Because we're all just these weird freaks.
Dude, you're right. She's weird.
She's weird.
She's weird. She's odd.
She knows she's odd. She leans into it.
Yeah. But some of the points that she made were so well thought out, so well researched, so non-biased that it was just like, I'm in. What she's saying, for the most part, I agreed with 100%. Disney is stingy. And they're becoming stingier and stingier and stingier.
Yeah, I think she even brought up the Walt Disney World buses.
She did. She said, we used to have them, but not anymore.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Dude, just the fact that like the way the entrance was. It was supposed to be a spaceport, and then it was just you just get in here, get in an elevator. No reason to make it that cheap.
None at all.
I purposely, like, when we look to reduce costs at work, we're not cost cutting. It's not just like a term that we don't use. It's like, no, we're going to find a way to be more economical about this, where it's just like, we make this part and it's very expensive. We cannot change the specs on the part, but maybe this guy can make it.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know, it's like,
you're not compromising quality.
Yeah, you can't, because then you're going to replace the part and now you've just thrown it in the garbage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was a very, very interesting watch, man.
Yeah.
She's,
Amy said we should do a Trammin Plus on it. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know if there's,
She said everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's like, my thoughts on it is pretty much like, yes, I agree.
Yeah, we actually, I don't know if I thought of this episode before, but we have something similar coming up.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah,
don't worry.
One thing that I really agreed with her on is the naming conventions of everything in the parks, where she's like, everything has to be some grandiose SEO perfect name. And every time anybody that is representing the company has to perfectly say the name every time.
And you saw what happened, right?
With what?
Pedro Pascal.
Yes. That was the perfect example. He said...
People quote tweeted and put Jenny Nicholson's video.
Oh my God. Because he says Baby Yoda and he freaks out, dude. Freaks out.
He said it. He goes, it's against the rules.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, I watched the clip. Graham Norton said Baby Yoda. And then
but
Pedro Pascal repeated it.
Yeah.
So he didn't bring it up on his own, which would have been worse, I guess, if you're keeping track.
But he is the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can't get it right, how do you expect the world?
I refuse to call him Baby Yoda.
I don't call him Baby. I
used to call him the child. I thought the child was a cute name because it was mysterious.
Yeah, 100%.
Grogu? Garbage to your name.
Garbage.
I almost said a curse word. That's how bad the name is.
But yeah, back to her point where it was like, everyone calls Galaxy's Edge Star Wars Land.
Star Wars Land would have been a bad name.
Yes.
I think if they had called it, like, if they called it Black Spire Outpost, right? Or
just get rid of the colons, dude.
Yeah.
That's even if they just called it Galaxy's Edge.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. There was speculation that someday it might just be called that. Because Galaxy's Edge is a good name. But that they had to start with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. If they drop that now, no one will even notice. I call it Galaxy's Edge. We call it Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, we do. But we are also a very small demographic of people.
But I think, like, if the same land is around in 20 years, it will just be called Galaxy's Edge. They don't need to call it Star Wars. Because people, by then, will know.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you could say it's been 5 years, but it hasn't because we didn't go for 2 years. You know?
Yeah, it was just, man.
And while I do agree with her, you can't call it the Star Wars ride. That's what people call it. Rise. It's Rise of the Resistance. It has to, although it is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run.
It's all SEO, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But I appreciated that she paid for everything herself.
Through shade at influencers, that was great.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious where she was trying to go through the proper channels to get help and was just completely ignored. She tweets, all of a sudden she gets a personal phone call. Also the photo pass thing. That one blew me away, dude. Where you're charging $170 to get this memory maker thing and you have no photographers taking any pictures of you. I cannot believe that. That's just highway robbery.
But yeah, especially because the way it was advertised was genius. Like,
yeah.
Oh, they're just going to take pictures of you.
The candids would have been amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you're interacting, you're living your thing and you don't have to worry about it. But
did they figure they couldn't automatically tag you?
I don't know. They probably would have to hire somebody to go through every picture and start sending them.
You know what they say about AI, dude?
Yeah.
Always Indians. Like they would have had to outsource that to people.
What's crazy is Google Photos does a pretty decent job already.
I guess so, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could just license it to someone to do it. But then it's privacy stuff. They'd have to get your consent.
I just feel like overall there's just so much laziness going on.
Yeah.
A lot of laziness in that whole project in general. And I don't know if that's just remnants of the Chapek era. I think Iger had a lot to do with it because that was planned well before. I mean, Chapek was already there.
It wasn't planned before because remember it changed after Chapek got there. Remember
But he was Parks guy already, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Parks is hotels.
Yeah.
Bob Iger had nothing to do with that hotel.
Yeah.
He was probably like, we should have a Star Wars hotel. And they're like, on it, boss.
We'll make a whole experience.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was just like I don't know if she said a Star Wars hotel, a themed hotel. I wonder if it would have been successful.
If it was different, yeah. It's too small.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. In its current iteration, too small. I also wonder if they are going to reuse it for a restaurant.
They're writing it off. It has to go in the trash.
Even the building, like everything about it?
It depends on what they're writing off. If they're writing off the whole thing, it's like Batwoman. You have to delete it.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to delete it.
Yeah.
You cannot generate any revenue from it, which is probably why they got everything out of the gift shop. Because they sold the cups and everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't count as like the development cost because they can write off the R&D.
That's crazy.
They can write off the construction.
They're writing off $300 to $400 million.
I don't know. I haven't dug into their financials, but
yeah,
they have to delete the hotel. You're never going to step foot in there. It's backstage.
Yeah. Crazy.
They'll hold some meetings in there, like she said, and then they'll throw it away.
I think that was one of the first honest influencer reviews I've seen. Because there are other people who went to the Star Wars hotel and there's a lot of people defending it. Here's
the thing. If you got the story.
If the stars aligned for you.
It's probably amazing.
Probably. But it's just crazy that you're spending the $6,500 for a gamble. That should be a guaranteed experience, but it's not.
Yeah.
I also started watching her Evermore video.
That came up for me. I'm like, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to back out.
Because she co-made it with Kevin from Defunct Clan.
I did not know this.
Yeah. He had a lot of input on it. The weirdest theme park I've ever heard of. But yeah, Evermore is very interesting.
I got to get back into that one. But we'll leave this discussion for another day.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but
maybe we'll bring this up in the episode I have planned.
Cool.
It's I think the week after next week.
Cool.
Right? Because it's negative. And we said put that after the Selena episode, which has nothing to do. I keep calling it that because I haven't given it a name.
Yeah.
And I have to go find the
I thought this was it. Not going to lie.
It is not. This I've been writing for a while.
Okay.
This was going to be the St. Trammin's Day episode. And then I decided we're going to do a St. Trammin's Day episode. Yeah. So let's leave it cleaner than we found it with
Mousekeeping. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast where Kirk and I talk about the Disneyland Resort through and only through our eyes. Listen to full episodes every Wednesday or topic-only uploads on Big Thunder Thursdays. If you enjoy the show, like, subscribe, comment, and review us wherever you can, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course my favorite, YouTubes. For a visual guide of the show, follow at Trammin Podcast on Instagram and right into the show, head to trammin.com/ask. While you're on trammin.com, catch up on lore, check out our recommendations, or download some artwork for your personal use. If you want to chat with us on Discord, ask us how. And you can find all these links and lore on trammin.com.
Yes, you can. So, let's get in some news. I've got one headline for you guys, but before that, it's schnack time. First up, Lightning McQueen has joined the Better Together, a Pixar Pal celebration parade at DCA.
The GOAT, dude.
I don't know why it took them so long to realize, like, wait, we got
a car right
drive
there.
him around.
Yeah.
And then they just throw Mater out there while he's out. Yeah, smart.
We got Alyssa the Crocs. The Lightning McQueen light up Crocs.
Dude, if they
got tomato ones.
Do they have kids versions?
They do.
River would lose his mind. He
Yeah.
has a Lightning McQueen backpack right now.
There you go. And they light up every time you walk. The tomato one's got a little tow hitch on the back though, which is kind of cool.
Oh, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Dude, have you seen the meme about talking to your girlfriend's dad about cars?
No.
It's like, hey, how can I impress your dad? Oh, he's really into cars. All right. So her dad says, nice to meet you. And you say, let's talk about Pixar's finest movie.
That's hilarious.
Except that would work with Kimmy's dad. He loves cars.
Oh, that's cool.
I think we have said that on here.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say shout out to River, but shout out to River. Dude, I gave him the vest.
Oh, you like it?
He was like, cool. But that's like, he's in this phase where he's like, cool, and then puts it away. And then he hasn't taken it off for 4 days. He puts it on later, and it's his whole identity. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Disney Eats. Instagrammed, I don't know, posted. May 31st marks 5 years since Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened at Disneyland. Celebrate with the barbecue pork shanks with a leek and Brussels sprout salad with blueberry corn muffin. Available at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo, May 31st through June 2nd.
That sounds good.
We've had the muffin, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. I told Kimmy, I go, get your do-back noodles.
Yeah.
I don't need them again.
You'll get this?
I'll get this. Because she'll try the muffin. She doesn't care about barbecue pork shanks.
Yeah.
She's not going to touch those. I'll eat them. They look good. They look crispy.
Nice.
They better be good. But only headline, the Black Spire Bard. Not a good headline, but Fire of the Rising Moons, Ignite the Spark, on the design website, has introducing the celebration is Tohan Liege, the storyteller known as the Lore Weaver, pursued by those in power who would silence his voice. Tohan adopted Black Spire as his home and wrote of its colorful history and the fiery spirit at its heart. His droid, who he fondly called Bard, allows us to hear the Lore Weaver in his own words each night as Black Spire celebrates the fire of the rising moons. He met and spoke to anyone he could and began to record its history. To ensure that the stories would endure, Tohan found an old astromech droid left behind at the depot. The mechanics helped him.
What?
Mubo. Mubo is the mechanic. Not the mechanics. Just come on.
Mubo's the blue guy, right? No, Mubo's the lady?
No, he's not. You don't see him.
Oh.
Mubo works at the droid depot.
Book stuff.
Huh?
Book stuff.
Book stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
We have names. Anyways, helped him get it working with scrap, parts, and luck. Tohan called the droid Bard, and together they recorded the Lore Weaver stories until there were no more to tell. So there was no explanation as to how Tohan Liege was addressing us there.
Yeah.
So I guess it's he's dead, and his droid Bard has a recording.
Got
A la Your Only Hope.
Yeah. Got it. Is he in the book? Tohan Liege.
No.
Got it. Okay.
That's why when I saw that, that's why I took a screenshot of this and sent it to the boys and wrote, yes, my favorite character, Tohan Liege.
Got it.
It just, I don't know. It's cool, I guess.
Yeah. On a very positive note, and some spoilers, for We Have It So Good, I saw Fire of the Rising Moons. Whoa.
It's great, right?
Yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome. Duel of the Fates, cheating.
Yeah.
Straight up cheating.
Oh, yeah. When it went out, what's his face was like, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time for Your Right, in which members of the TramFam write in with corrections and comments just like you can at trammin.com/ask. Rain, cue up that corrections music, please. Vicky R. writes in, just wanted to hop on the never been to Hawaii train. My parents, aunts, and uncles are all from Mexico. My cousins and I were all born and raised in California, and no one in my family has ever been to Hawaii, but it's the Mexico exception. Our vacations were usually cruises to Mexico or camping in Yosemite. Now that I live in the Midwest, I agree with the notion that everyone on this side of the states usually vacations in Florida or South/North Carolina.
Really? Okay.
The Carolinas. Just a tip for next time. The flights are cheap and the hotels are affordable. I've noticed that a lot of families when traveling in Florida will only do 1 or 2 parks at Disney World and then go to Universal one day and maybe SeaWorld or Busch Gardens or a water park. Also wanted to add that having been to both World and Land, I believe that Disney World is meant to be grand and be that big, once-in-a-lifetime trip for people, while Disneyland is more nostalgic, easier to navigate, and maybe more accessible. I always recommend the people if they're doing a shorter trip and want to get that Disney feel with half the effort. It's better to go to Disneyland.
I agree.
Yeah, it came up when I was getting my teeth cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
My hygienist.
Teeth cleaner.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Asked any plans for the summer. And I said, no, not real, or travel plans. Like, I just got back from a bachelor party in Walt Disney World. She goes, that sounds fun. She goes, what's it like over there? I'm like, bigger than you could possibly imagine. She goes, oh, it's like all spread. Like, you wait for a bus and then the bus drives you 20 minutes to one park. But then it's like 40 minutes. It's not, but it's like 20 minutes from another park.
Yeah. And
you look around and there's nothing. And it's just
swamp.
Yeah. It's like I had to take an Uber to my friend's hotel. And she's like, what? Like, I'm like,
it's huge.
You get there and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, it's insanity. But yeah, Disneyland, it's way different. Which we'll talk about at some point. Christian with a K writes in, doing the book and refresh time for better times for Genie Plus is my responsibility, typically when we are there. If we're in line for something, I'm standing there doing it. I do not do it while walking around the park, so I'm not stopping suddenly or slowing the walking paths down. That's what I did, Christian, with a K. I don't do it like while walking around, also because I don't want to be in my phone all day.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in like upstairs Indiana Jones, I don't know, what am I gonna look at?
Yeah.
You know, I'll do it over there. So yeah. Poketalk though. Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Poke Rogue stuff with Christian with the K.
Did he bring something up?
Poke Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing a lot. Yeah, it's insane. I don't understand how. I think it's one person that made this game. Just a full-on, beautifully made roguelike. Sprites, all brand new. It's a beautiful game, dude.
I have a question about. It was the Fire Redwood.
Oh yeah.
And what did he say? Go away green.
Yeah, go away green. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So you said I have to play it for you. You have to use a save file. Does that mean I can never play it again?
What do you mean?
Like I can't start a new game? Or if you add to it, I have to continue the save file. Like,
okay, if you start a new game,
yeah,
and I get that save file, I send you another file, and your save file will still be on that file.
Yeah, but when you're done, can I press new game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for me to continue, you have to use my save file.
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd be giving you a fresh one without your save file.
But can't I just load my save?
No, because the ROM itself holds the save. Your save.
Okay. Is it a .gba?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I load that into my analog and then use my save state, will it work?
I don't know. I can try it.
We should test it because we're at the first gym.
Yeah.
So I can get to the first gym, change one thing, send me. Wait, so yeah, because the ROM just has a save file in it. It's a package almost.
Yes. Honestly, I don't know. I've never tried it, but
I don't know, dude. It might just have the dot save with it. Like the
I gotta send this to you, dude. It's right.
Send it to me. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. And you can start.
Yeah, just email it, and then I'll just throw it in there.
Yeah.
I did get all my batteries changed and start a crystal save though.
Beautiful. What did you start playing Pokemon wise?
Crystal.
Okay, that's right. I was trying to,
because I have my red cartridge, but I'm gonna play Fire Red.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided though.
Mm-hmm.
On Fire Red, I'm gonna go Charmander.
Mm.
But then I restarted the crystal
hard
save
mode,
3 times.
arguably.
Really?
Yeah. Think about it. Who's the first gym?
Yeah. Well, ultra hard mode, yellow.
Yeah. Yes. I don't think he gets double kick.
No, you can go catch a Primeape or a Mankey. And then level him up and he can get a double kick.
Same thing with Nidoran. Nidoran can also double kick it.
Yeah, I did that on one save. But like, I'll go Fire on Fire Red.
Mm-hmm.
And then I restarted on Crystal. I went with Totodile.
Shout out, dude.
Yeah, because he's so cool.
Shout out.
And because I started with Chikorita, but I was like,
Bayleaf? Miss.
Meganium is the...
Sorry, Meganium, yeah.
But that way, when I do Sapphire or Emerald, I'll grab an Emerald cart from somewhere or something. I like Trico.
Trico's cool.
Because the Salamence or whatever he is?
Not Salamence. That's another Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's going to bug me. Trico's evolution. You're on the right track, though.
Trico. It should show, right? Like Trico himself.
Awesome Pokemon.
Graville and Sceptile. Sceptile's cool, dude.
Sceptile.
Smug.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Vibe check on Dragonite.
I don't like Dragonite.
You're one of those. One of those.
He looks goofy.
Exactly what people say, dude.
He does look goofy. He's a goober.
He's a boss.
He's a goober. He's your favorite Pokemon, right?
Favorite Pokemon. Bar none. Watching the intro. I was watching the first Pokemon movie with my niece. She was in the office and I put it up on TV. You know, Dragonite coming in, delivering those invitations.
Is that why you like him?
It's one of the dude. He comes in like
but like he's not
like a jet, dude. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, but as a Pokemon in the game,
he's busted, especially in Gen 1.
But he's like
the only Dragon type.
Dude, I like his pre-evolutions way better.
Do you know the conspiracy behind it?
They messed something up.
That he was supposed to be the Charmander's final evolution. Yeah, and Charmander was supposed to be in a different line than Charmeleon and Charizard.
Oh.
Because if you look at Charmander, he's a really small version that's different color than Dragonite. They have the rounded head. They have like yeah. There's more connect.
So what happened?
It was that first gen, dude. They like cut so many corners. Think of things like Poliwhirl.
I can't talk to this guy about Pokemon. Yeah. I didn't know you know so much about Pokemon.
Dude, I know Pokemon like the back of my hand, dude. Except the last 2 gens, I'm like iffy about. But if you look at Poliwhirl and Poliwrath, it's the same Pokemon with the swirl flipped, and they're like, oh, it's a 3rd evolution.
It's a little different, no? The hands?
His eyes are squinty.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I can go on for... I can have a Pokemon podcast if I wanted to. I wanted to make one with my cousin, with Derek. We're going to call it the Poke Primos.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, didn't I help you make a logo or something?
You did, yeah. But
huh. Anyways.
Love Pokemon. Yeah. Digimon's probably better. But still love Pokemon.
What do you mean by...
Yeah. No.
You could have a Digimon podcast with RJ.
Gabriel and RJ should have a Digimon podcast. My God.
Yeah. Yeah, Dragonair, way cooler looking. It's a cool looking Pokemon. Yeah. And what's the little one?
Dratini.
Dratini.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dragonair is cool.
Yeah.
But Dragonite, I'm like, I could do without.
It's just so hard to get. Level 55.
I don't know.
And him and Gyarados are always...
Ooh, Gyarados, yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Gyarados is arguably the coolest looking Gen 1 Pokemon. Next to Scyther.
Did you ever play Magikarp Jump?
Yes. Yeah, the fishing game?
I still have. I could load the save.
Oh,
I
cool.
saved it somewhere. That was fun. It was actually a fun game.
Scyther? Awesome Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool looking. Scizor? One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's right in with your favorite Pokemon. You can go by Gen if you want. I love Farfetch'd.
What?
He's cool, dude.
You got the leak?
You got the leak, dude. My favorite, Hoot.
Noctow's cool.
I love, is Xatu the little one or is Natu the little one? Natu.
Natu's the little one, Zatu's the big one.
I think Natu's cool.
Yeah, it's cool Pokemon. Aztec looking, cool stuff.
Hoot though, shout out. All right. Lugia, dude.
I'm always a Ho-Ho guy.
No, why does everyone like gold so much?
I don't know.
Lugia all the way.
I get it.
The song has restored my strength.
I get it. But seeing Ho-Ho episode 1, wait, what's up?
Motorcycle. I think I left the window open.
Seeing Ho-Ho episode 1 of the Pokemon anime and you being like, what is that? And
I forgot about that.
And it's not answered almost ever until you get
there is a have you heard the theory
about it being a dream or Ash dies or something?
No. Like Ash wished that he could just do this forever. And that's why everyone's young all the time. Yeah.
That's good.
Because he's still 10.
Yeah. Forever.
Somehow.
10 forever.
It's impossible for him to be 10. Because the Pokemon League 10 times? Dude. Okay, last point. I promise. This is sports related now. Have you seen the clips of Stephen A. Smith answering Pokemon questions?
I saw the Mewtwo one.
Mewtwo, LeBron?
Yeah.
Okay, someone wrote in, is Ash Ketchum the champion if he's lost 10 championships?
Yeah.
It's a whole thing, yeah. All right. This here's our Big Thunder topic of the week. Disneyland's feeling of community. So, Rain, why do we feel like we're part of the Disney community?
I feel now more than ever.
You do?
No, just
this is a preamble.
Preamble.
I don't know if that's right, but that's okay.
Sounds all right. Now more than ever, because of social media and because of people posting things on the internet, there's a very strong sense of I am part of a specific community of interest that I really like. Now more than ever. Like if I go on Twitter, and because of the way the algorithms work, right? If I go on Twitter, I see at one point would see nothing but Lorcana things, Disney news, and I feel like I interact with some of these people sometimes, not very often, but I now become part of that community because I now recognize people in the community. I now see constant things like that, social media wise, Disneyland wise. When you're there, you start kind of seeing these same things also, if that makes any sense. And it becomes more like the third place we've always talked about.
Oh, yeah. This is kind of an episode about the third place.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In terms of what you're talking about, I feel that now less than ever.
Do you?
Because it's transformed into a different beast online. Mm-hmm. It used to be community focused, and now it's clout focused.
Who gets to this first?
Who has the scoop? Yeah. Who gets invited to the Disney event? Who has the coolest bound? Who has the most followers? Who gets brand deals?
Yeah.
You know, who
gets the TikTok of Maleficent that goes viral?
Huh?
Like,
oh,
people are there the first night because they want to get the viral post, blah blah blah. Yeah. I get it.
It's less genuine now. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of peeling all that away to talk about this third place that we all share.
Cool.
So Disneyland is a common place to meet, right? So we all grew up going to school, most of us, right? Many grew up in a house of worship, right? Of your choosing, or not your choosing, probably. So we're used to having a common meeting place of like, yeah, we're all at this place, right? I see you here, I see you there. Like I see you every week. I see you regularly in the same place that I am, and we're usually here for the same reason. So as we grow up in California, specifically, we move, right? We move away. We meet people from farther away because a lot of people come here. Maybe people stop worshiping, so they lose that place, right? We're done with school, and we don't like our coworkers, or we have employees who we can't hang out with because it's weird. So Disneyland is the place that we all still go to.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the first option with where to meet with some friends, right?
If multiple people have passes, why wouldn't you go with them?
But even now, we hang out with people in the Disneyland area, right? We go to downtown Disney. We go to the hotels. We don't even go through a security check sometimes. Yeah. So it's this common place that like you haven't let go of it. Even if you moved farther away.
Or closer.
Yeah. You've made an effort to make this a hangout spot.
Yeah.
And even like, people up there in NorCal, they come down here just for that. And if I ever hang out with Andrea from Sacramento, it's only going to be at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're not getting a call like, hey, we're all getting tacos. It's like, no, we're all at Disneyland. Are you guys coming?
It's a very convenient and It's just a convenient place where you have things to do, if that makes any sense. And I've always been very much of that, I guess, token. I don't know what word to use. But when I go places, like, I like to do things.
So, when we're there is a lot to do.
Yeah.
And so we brought him up earlier, Defunctland's Kevin Perjurer. He jokes that this is the only walkable city that Californians know. And I'll cough, Laguna Beach, but most people don't live there.
Yeah.
That's a walkable
and
city.
It's a little hard to get to.
Well, but here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a walkable city, as in you live there.
You don't need to leave.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
Except for work usually, but everything is there.
Yeah.
And this is why people in SoCal like California like Disneyland so much. We don't have this in our cities.
For sure.
So we have theaters and entertainment. What do you like doing with people? Going to the movies, right? So you go to Disneyland. There are stage shows. There are live shows. There are live bands. There's DJs, street performers, musical acts. You can go to Disneyland to watch a parade. You can go to Disneyland every Friday night, like those people we met 15 years ago, and watch Fantasmic with your friends.
Yeah.
And it's a tradition. And you all go sit down and you watch the show. Now, a little different with movies. You know, usually people don't go watch a movie over and over again unless you watch The Room in Westwood. But that's a thing you do.
Yeah.
You know, you go down there.
By the way, Disney used to have movies. Disneyland used to have the movies too.
Oh, AMC.
Yeah.
But I mean, even inside of Disneyland, you know, you could go watch Fantasmic. You could go watch the parade. You could, for a time, go to Tomorrowland, and there were different Elvis impersonators every Thursday or Friday night.
Yeah.
A different band would play.
Yeah.
And you can literally just go watch a band play and then go get a bite to eat or something.
That walkable city comment is a very...
He's right.
He is.
And that's kind of what it's going to come into play here. Because all these things that are lowercase in our outline that you guys can't see were all part of one sentence. And I'm like, no, yeah, this is all part of this concept. So sometimes even like local schools come into play. Like there's always something going on. There's always something to watch. You can go get a beer and then watch the Five and Dime go by like in DCA. There is entertainment in this place where you are walking around with your friends. There's entertainment you could stop by and see. And having... You know that the Dapper Dans exist. You could probably look at some sort of schedule, but you don't. You walk into Main Street with your friends and you go, oh my God, it's the Dapper Dans. And you guys stop and you watch together. And everyone crowds around and watches together.
Yeah.
And now we're having a shared experience, a shared, somewhat spontaneous experience. Or we'll call it unplanned. And that's what... When you have a shared experience, that's what like the feeling of community is, right? When you're all in this together, in the famous Disney movie. But
and I also feel like not necessarily the act of getting to Disneyland, but once you're there, doing things like that are very low commitment.
Yeah,
you can pass by, and if you want to stay, cool. If you want to take off, cool. I can go do a million other things.
Yeah. So. Just the ability to just do what you want with people you're with.
Yeah.
There's this like freeing feeling, and that's kind of like a childhood feeling.
Yeah.
You know, you're at school, you all decide what game you're going to play at recess, and then you do it together. And we don't really get that anywhere these days. Everything has to be planned, right? In our non-walkable cities. So there are places to eat, and there are many places to eat, many options, and you could just grab a bite to eat with your pals.
Yeah.
You can grab different bites to eat and come together and eat together. It's like being on a street with many like different restaurants. You know,
all within the same block, essentially.
Yeah. Which we don't really have here.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do. There's like little streets, but those are like these little idyllic towns like Sierra Madre, Monrovia. Pasadena's like too big now, but like, you know, Greenleaf in Uptown Whittier, but not quite because it's half business, half not.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I know there are more, but like, there's no like Main Street in Pico.
True.
It's just suburbia.
Very
I know
true.
like there's Rosemead, but like you're not walking around Pico hitting up all the different cute spots or whatever.
And I don't think you mentioned it here, but the one big thing I feel like that really brings in community, you feel safe.
Yeah.
Like if you're walking around Pico Rivera, not on Greenleaf too, it could feel pretty unsafe depending, especially if you're there late at night. We can walk around Main Street at 11:30, 12 midnight, and we are 100% safe.
Yeah. For the people defending Whittier, we grew up there. Don't worry. It's like, you know what it is? There are 3 bars, and you feel totally fine, and then you have to walk to the other end of Greenleaf, and it's just dark.
I've said the story before, right? About how Sos and I witnessed a guy getting jumped.
No.
Yeah, on Greenleaf in Philadelphia.
Starbucks?
Going the other way. Going right, like if I'm facing Greenleaf like this, on going right, making a right on Philadelphia.
Okay.
And that corner right there, there's an alley. We saw some guy just getting jumped. And we're 17 or 18. And me and Sos looked at each other and said, should we jump in? And we both had our girlfriends at the time. And we said, probably not.
If someone's jumping, they're going to get you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, not that it haunts me, but it's like, I do wish that we would have done something at that point.
Unless you had a baseball bat. It's like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
So,
get stabbed.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was maybe 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. And you have to think about those things. When you're here, you don't.
Yeah. And, you grabbing a bite to eat, you're walking around with it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get hit by a car.
Yeah.
All right. You just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
And yeah, no one's bothering you.
It's a weird, like the more I think about it, I'm like, man, this is the closest thing to a utopia that we have.
No, because that's not what a utopia is.
I mean, it's
literally just walkable city, dude. Like, this is how it is in like Norway.
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
It's not a utopia there. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
But you could you pop out of your apartment building. So there is that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that. Just like you don't have land, but you pop out of your apartment building. The coffee shop is on the bottom floor. You grab your coffee. You walk down to the breakfast spot. We don't have that here in California.
Yeah, we don't.
So,
gotta drive everywhere.
Yeah. So here you can say you're going to grab a hot dog while your friend goes and gets a Dole Whip. And then your other friend is getting some skewers. And then you all sit down near the river and watch the boats go by. Like,
yeah. That's kind of insane.
Yeah. And
insane. And that's like on a perfect walking path right there. Hot dog, what'd you say? A Dole Whip, skewer.
That's how my brain worked. It
Yeah.
was just go in order so it makes sense. Yeah. And then you all meet up and then you're eating together with your pals and like chatting. And the last time I had something like that was when I was in college because you're all here for the same reason.
Yeah.
And in college, all the classes, they're in like, there's like 2 structures to classes. There's the hour-long classes and the 2 hours. But generally, everyone has a break around the same time. So you can just text your friend.
Where you at?
Yeah. Or like, hey, you want to get lunch later? And they'll just walk there later.
Yeah.
And this is one place you can do that. And it's like this, that feeling we used to have. Like the, are you here? It's here, It's that time and place. So.
Which doesn't happen very often anymore, unfortunately.
No, because everything has to be planned.
Yeah.
I know I'm Mr. Laguna Boy now, but it's like that's the one place where someone says where they're at, you can go walk there. You know where they are, and there's still lots of cars and tourists and whatever.
Yeah.
But it is a big city, but the place where you're walking is not. So, yeah, there's trolleys, public transportation. We have that at Disneyland.
We do.
Hop on the train. Hop on a little Main Street vehicle.
Monorail.
Hop on the bus. Yeah, the monorail. So there's a feeling of familiarity. People know what you're talking about when you refer to something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm over by the bazaar. It's like, oh, that's the store in Adventureland. I'll go. It's like, oh, I'm in the bazaar. Okay, how about I meet you at pin trading in Frontierland? And you know that they can walk through Pioneer Mercantile and pop out of there, and then you know where to meet. So when you meet your friends, they've tried the food you've tried. They can recommend different restaurants to eat at.
Yeah,
like you would in the city.
Especially if you become a Magic Key holder, there's a lot of overlapping common things that you guys do.
Yeah.
And you don't mean to. It just kind of happens that way.
Well, I think of, just where you and I grew up, Whittier. If I tell you like, oh, the bottle room, RIP, closed down. But it's like, oh, I like the bottle room. Like, oh yeah, I've been there. Like, what did you like from there?
Yeah.
And you have this kind of conversation, but you have this conversation about a theme park because we're all there. We all know that Rancho del Zocalo has bad food, right? Like, oh, don't go get food from there. It's like, oh, dude, I know, I never would, right? And then you're like, hey, remember the chicken nuggets at this place? Yeah, they should bring them back. We talk about that kind of stuff all the time.
I mean, that's pretty much why we got the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, why we started doing this.
And, there's things like, oh, have you had the pretzel? It's like, no, where is that? It's like, oh, at Maurice's where they used to sell the bagel twists.
Yeah.
And then like this person goes, wait, those are gone? But also like, oh, I should go back and try this thing. And talking about a familiar place, like a community is a people, but in a way it's a place.
Yeah.
And this is where it's a physical place. You can have these communities online, but there isn't that connection unless you all go to a place. And that's why video game communities are big. Because in a way you hang out in the same place. It's not a real place, but you do.
Right.
Like
that's the water cooler conversation of Grand Theft Auto.
Well, yeah, it's like when we used to play Destiny, we all go hang out in the tower.
Yeah.
Our little characters are there.
I miss that, dude. That was good stuff.
It's a good time.
Yeah. The only MMO really that I've ever played.
Yeah, and it's not even close to being an MMO.
No.
So yeah, there's the feeling of like you start to recognize like bartenders at the Disney bars. Sometimes they recognize you, and then there's like, you go and you hope that they're there. And then your friend knows who they are. And then you both show up and they're like, you guys know each other? So
cool.
Yeah. Like, dude, shout out to Rudy, who's probably retired and in Peru living his best life at the Steakhouse 55 Lounge.
Yeah.
He started to recognize us after a while. I'm like, what's up, Rudy? Like, what are you guys up to today? What do you want to drink? It's like, and that is a normal feeling in a normal city. I don't want to have this like Disney adults conversation. I know that these are real things. And the point I'm making is that it's these real things that we get to experience in something that we're a fan of. Because in California, we don't all live in the same city.
Yeah.
Right? Our neighbors are in houses and houses and houses and houses. We're in suburbia, which we do like, but we do miss something. There's always a cost. You live in an apartment, you don't have a backyard. You don't have the cookout with the cul-de-sac. You don't have the block party. I know someone, they still have the block party. They live in a condo complex. And every July 4th, everyone knows we all show up outside. So while you can't do that in an apartment building, I mean, some can, but then you can go to the town square at the city, which is kind of what we do at Disneyland. So it kind of it scratches that itch. And it's why we don't want to give up our passes so badly. It's like, it's a little bit of a FOMO, but it's like the FOMO of like, I can't hang out with my friends anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
and sometimes it's not even necessarily hanging out with other people. It's just, it sounds really corny, but when you go there, you feel like people, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, not the cast members are your friends, but like everyone around you is there for a common reason.
It's like going to a midnight release at GameStop.
Exactly.
Or going to a movie premiere.
Yeah.
Everyone's there for the same reason.
Yeah.
And that's what Disneyland is. We all have different reasons we're there, but we're there because we like this place.
Yeah.
Where you don't really have that feeling an average night at a restaurant. Because you're all just hungry. Right? But when you're in line to go see Captain America Civil War on a Thursday night, everyone there is the same kind of dork you are.
Yeah.
When you're there for a release of a game, a card game, it's mostly games.
Yeah.
But like things
entertainment
you want to buy.
though.
Yeah.
Just like Disneyland.
Dude, I mean, even like going to buy Harry Potter when it used to come out.
Yeah, that was a thing.
It was like, we're all here because we want a Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And like, we were a little young, so we weren't talking to people. But like, there's still that like, oh, the dorks are here. Dude, like you used to stand in line for the iPhone.
I would.
Half of it was because you wanted it. Half you had fun.
Yeah.
There was a year you didn't have to, right? The iPhone 6, but you're like, let's go.
Yeah, probably. There was at one point in my life, like 18 to like 22, just really like standing in lines.
Yeah. You just talk to people.
Yeah. I went to Comic-Con, wait in a line to con, as people call it. I went to Final Fantasy X re-release with a bunch of nerds, waited 4 days for The Force Awakens to come out in Alhambra. Just tented it up and was right there in the front of
How does that work, Rain? Where do you shower?
No, we rotate. Yeah, we would take shifts.
How does that, like, everyone accepts that there's 4 people in this spot? Like, what is that?
Yeah, we got 4 chairs there at all times.
Only
two are occupied at a time. And we go in and out.
But everyone's doing it, so everyone's on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Everyone's on the same page.
Some guy bought us pizza for being the first in line.
Because you're first in line.
We were on the news at one point. Yeah, I never saw the news report, but we got interviewed. Like, whoa, how you guys excited? The typical Star Wars thing, dude.
Yeah.
The Phantom Menace, just again, and we're part of it. So
yeah. So you know the Gene Park lore, right?
About what?
Being the first American to buy a ticket to Phantom Menace.
Really?
Because he was.
What is with this man, dude?
Guam.
Oh, man! Shout out to that Rolling Stone article. Did you see that today?
No. What was it about?
It was about. He pretty much said that his body is trying to kill him. So when he plays video games like Cyberpunk, he feels like he's always in control. It's real dark.
Did he write it for the Rolling Stone, or did they license it from the Washington Post?
I don't know.
They were trashing on Rolling Stone on sacred symbols, and they're like, "Huh, Gene's on here."
Yeah, I was paywalled out.
Is it on Apple News?
I don't know. I thought the same thing.
I think I still have it.
Yeah,
I'll download it and I'll check.
I still have Apple News.
It's not bad. You can.
Shout
pro
out to
tip:
the mini crosswords.
You gotta get on our leaderboards.
You guys have a leaderboard
on the New York Times app.
Oh.
Okay, this is just a pro tip for everyone. Apple News. If you have, sometimes it just works in there anyway. If you're on an article in Safari and it's paywalled, you hit the share button and then you hit more and then you hit Apple News and then it opens it in Apple News and you can read it now.
Oh, okay.
Because that happens with the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
The paywall goes away in the app.
Cool.
So it's like open with, but they won't call it that. It's share. Anyways, back to the feeling of familiarity. Bartenders, right. So yeah, everyone's there for the same reason. And I hate to say you're there with your people because now it doesn't feel like that for me anymore.
It's starting to feel less and less. Yeah. Definitely like that. Like there's almost a combative nature.
Because everyone's trying to win.
Everyone's trying to game the system. Everyone's trying to get first in line. People are mad they're in line. There's a whole.
You hit the mobile order thing, but they're not purple yet, but they're in front of you. It's yeah. But look, there are like there's still these like common places, right, where we can like relax. There are places to sit and talk. Hotel lobbies, bars, coffee shops, but they're all here. We have that. Like you can go hang out in the Docking Bay courtyard, right? You can all eat your Ronto wraps out there. You're all like, hunched over eating some skewers. You hang out in the Tropical Hideaway.
Sure, yeah. I also feel like there's certain places throughout downtown Disney and the hotels that are almost like these weird mysteries that I've never explored. So like Splitsville. It's there, but I've never been there.
Yeah, and you can all go try it together. You've never been there at all?
No. I've never been to Beignets Express. Things like that, though, where it's like, hey, we should meet up to, like you said, we should meet up to do this.
New restaurant's opening. Let's go.
There you go. Exactly. Palm Breeze. Still haven't been there. Din Tai Fung's about to open. Whatever is going to be replacing Tortilla Joe's. All these become little events for us.
It's like, we don't go to it, but it's like a ribbon cutting in your town.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is.
Hey, there's a new coffee shop opening up.
Food court's opening, like you're saying. Yeah,
so
really cool.
There's new things to try. It's you can see what the the sentiment is among the citizens of the town, you know? And
I wonder if it felt like this when you had an annual pass in the 90s.
I don't think so.
Like things weren't as eventy, right?
No, because Disney was real down. There weren't that many people. It
Okay.
was a vacation spot and a thing for families to do. I know that there were Disney adults. There are news articles about them. But
you know what I mean, though? Like,
I think some social media did help this. That's kind of when it started.
Yeah.
It's weird because we were in high school, which is like prime time for this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what, though? I'm thinking about like my parents. Disneyland was just the thing. You went to grad night.
Yeah.
And every now and then you guys all went. But that was it.
It was like a family thing.
It was a family thing, or sometimes like, yeah, a bunch of us are going to Disneyland, but it's an event.
You know, my uncle tells me all the time. He's like, hey, when I was 13, he said, I went to Disneyland like 3 times a week. I'm like, that's very rare. You never hear people actually say stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He said one summer he just spent it almost always at Disneyland. He had a little bit of money, and he would go on like one ride every time he would go because they still had the ticket book.
Oh.
Yeah. And he said he would just take the bus from East LA all the way to Anaheim with his friends. When he was like 12 or 13, that's where they would go hang out.
What a time.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like as an example, when I'm trying to think of a restaurant that's old but not too old in Disneyland.
What do you mean?
Like
Carnation Cafe.
Right, but it's been there since the dawn of time. You know, like
a restaurant. But
yeah.
We don't all do that.
But it's like it's an event to be like, oh, the new restaurant opened in Disneyland. The new place is open now. Pim's is open. We need to go try everything.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a thing back then.
No. There was just like, it could have been a little bit, but it wasn't. You saw it in the newspaper.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. You might have seen a news thing on ABC7, you know, like, but it was very localized.
And it was very
It wasn't
slow to get you that info.
Yeah. Things are almost nationwide events now.
Yeah.
Everyone hears about it.
And immediately, like within minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone has access to it. Crazy.
Like people come down to go see Fantasmic from NorCal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they become like these Disney people. But that's even like not weird or like you're weird. But like
that's new, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not
No, because like my aunts were doing that.
Yeah. They don't have passes, right?
They did.
They did. Wow, okay.
They did when they had deluxes for a while.
Okay.
But I think there's another thing where a lot of those people up there do have a third place. But this is like, it is a very locals thing.
It is.
It's like where the people of SoCal come together.
Yeah.
And even like, it's like the San Gabriel Valley people. We all kind of, we share some things.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is like a shared thing where it's almost like because it's a locals park, when you meet up with people there or you meet new people there, you know that they're like, they only live 1 or 2 towns over from you.
That's very true.
And then you have this extra sense of like an enlarged community.
Yeah.
Of like, there's this web of people in SoCal and they all like Disneyland.
And, or I guess, if they do live, as an example, like the opposite way in Orange County, Disneyland becomes that central point.
Yeah. Well, I think of it this way. There was a while ago, almost like 2 years maybe, I went to something at church, just like dudes. And there was this old guy there. And people love telling other people that I have a Disneyland podcast.
Straight up, dude. I get the same
This guy has a Disney podcast.
Yeah, I get the same thing.
You know what? There's a joke that everyone has a podcast.
Mm.
But it's also a little rare that someone in your friend circle has a podcast, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, this guy's a podcast.
My uncle does that all the time, dude. It would be like a client. Hey, he's got a Disneyland podcast. You should check him out. Like, oh, thanks. But do.
Yeah. So the point is like, this guy's from South Orange County. He's like, oh yeah, my first job, I applied to be a janitor at Disneyland. And like, oh, you're going to work in one of the restaurants. And he's like, well, okay, cool. What restaurant? They're like, Club 33. And he's like, what's that?
Yeah. But
then I hear the story. And then now there's this common thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we all have the story of, you know, we knew someone, shout out to Dominic, who now lives in Iowa. He lived in Anaheim. He went to Disneyland one time. He got on Star Tours. That was it. That's his Disney story.
All right.
Never went there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, yeah, so there's this like thing, there's this extra, almost like extracurricular community thing of like, people all know this place.
Yeah.
There's a high chance that like, if someone knows you like Disneyland, they have something to say about Disneyland. But I really like Strongwater. No one has anything to say about that.
Exactly.
I like tiki bars, and people are like, I don't think I've ever been to one of those.
Yeah. Aren't
those drinks sweet? It's like, yeah. And they'll knock you on your butt.
I feel like we keep going back to your Hawaii statement from a few weeks ago.
The big miss.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like you can make that statement about Disneyland.
Most people in
For
California have been there.
Yeah.
They
for
have
sure.
some story about it. My dad's statement about Disneyland is, I took my kids, and at some point I never went again. And then that's it. You know?
I don't think I know anybody personally that has not been to Disneyland at one point in their life.
Mm.
That's in our circles anyways, that's going to be hard to find.
Yeah. Yeah, because even like my aunt, she probably went 50 years ago.
Yeah, but she's been.
Yeah.
She's been.
Yeah, I guess so. That it is a very common thing.
Yeah.
And we don't have too many common things that everyone's done.
Mm.
All right. We have the beach, but it's the literal ocean. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I've been to Seal Beach. It's like, yeah, we've all been to Seal Beach.
Yeah.
Some people haven't been to Seal Beach. I like Seal Beach.
Don't know if I have.
Huh.
Used to go to Huntington. Bolsa Chica.
Bolsa Chica's too far. Seal Beach is like right there, dude.
That's by Long Beach, right?
It's the 605, hits the 405, and then you're at Seal Beach.
Yeah.
It's like the first exit.
Yeah.
You never been? There's a Cold Stone there. Everyone knows.
Nope.
Huh.
No recollection of a Cold Stone.
It's like it's the San Gabriel Valley Locals Beach because it's the 605 is the San Gabriel Valley, and you just go, and parking used to be $6 or something.
It is. And speaking of valleys, I also feel like a lot of people from the valley, from the San Fernando Valley, go to Disneyland, and even though it is far for them, it is still like a local meetup spot.
You gotta escape the valley, dude.
Yeah, and I mean the 5. You hit the 5, dude.
Yeah,
the 5 is right there. So yeah, just a weird thought because that's where Kayla's from. And you go all the time to Disneyland with her, right? Back in the day.
Yeah. No, she was more like Canoga Park. Is that the valley? That's not the valley. That's like that's like Los Angeles.
No idea, dude. No idea. Once I go anywhere east of LA. Wait, no, we're west. We're east. Once you go west of LA, I'm good. No idea.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Where's Northridge? Who knows?
I think that is the valley.
That is the valley, right? Reseda, Sylmar. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sylmar. Shout out. All right. So, oddly enough, we know we have attractions, right?
Yeah.
We have museums. We have history, right? There are parks, benches, places to shop, and we have locals, whether we like them or not. We have people we recognize. There are regulars. We're regulars.
We're regulars, yeah.
Right?
There's influencers that you recognize.
Yeah.
There's cast members you recognize all the time. Like I remember seeing the same older man that's worked on Star Tours forever.
Yeah.
Same thing with the what's it called? El Capitan? No, not El Capitan. I keep wanting to say that. Where Frozen and Aladdin were.
Oh, Hyperion?
The Hyperion.
Yeah.
It's always the same people working in Hyperion.
I met a guy on Soarin' in 2019 or or 2018 who had worked there since it opened.
Oh, man.
In that basement every day.
Wow.
Since it opened. And he loved it.
Good for him.
And you meet these people and you hear their stories.
Yeah.
But like this place now has history that we all learn. And you go to the little museum on Main Street and learn about its history and new nuggets of information. There's memorabilia from this place. It's like its own, it has a city hall, but then it's like a city hall next to the city hall that has just like, hey, remember the town back in the day? Remember when the founder did this? You know, it's like, it has a founder.
It does.
You know, and founding fathers. The old Imagineers.
Yeah.
They're on the windows.
Yeah.
You know? So,
man, the more we think, the more we just talk about it, the more Disneyland is a little city.
it's a little city that we're all kind of from, in a way.
You have the police with the security guards. You have the fake firehouse.
Well, that's that. Now we're just doing Main Street.
Yeah.
That's on purpose.
Yeah.
But like,
But that's part of the feeling, I feel. Like, it's like, oh yeah, there's the firehouse.
yeah, but then it's, yeah, there's the firehouse. These are the singers that sing every day, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, this is the place that sells the turkey leg, you know, like I know where the churro shop is. It's not a shop, but like, you know, so yeah, it has its own little lore. It has a movie theater.
Yeah, it does.
It
It does,
and you watch historical shorts there.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, hey, who else has been here? You know, there's a wall in the Disneyland Hotel that has all the famous people that were there. Like
really?
like a deli would.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know that. Where's that?
In the Fantasy Tower, between like the shop and between the two shops.
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. So I picture that actually that I was going to use to Photoshop Jeff into, but here we are. I should still do that, but yeah. So we have all this familiarity with a place that's old now.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, it's crazy, and in a way now, the people who ran the parks, like we can name the CEOs and the people who ran the parks as if we can name mayors. You know.
Presidents.
Yeah.
Mayors.
Like,
yeah.
Like Ken
Drill it
Potrock
down.
is the current mayor of Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's a little crazy. So it's like we're all from the same city. We have nicknames for places and things.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Now we do.
Space. Sam's. People call it Sam's. Kimmy doesn't like it. People call it Sam's.
Yeah.
A Trader Sam's skipper
Call it Sam.
called it Sam's at Palm Breeze. Shout out, David.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Big Thunder,
Yeah.
Indy. I mean, it's just shortened names of the.
But yeah, but like.
But there's still. It's still a nickname that somebody thought of.
Yeah, when we all agree on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Tom Sawyer's Island has just stuck.
Yeah. It's not
You know.
Pirates Lair. Get out of here.
Yeah. And yeah, like we said earlier, Star Wars Land.
Will Tiana's be Splash Mountain forever?
No, it's Tiana's.
You think
People
it's
have been
Tiana's?
calling it Tiana's. Like,
Okay.
I'm excited for Tiana's.
Yeah. What's the Bayou Adventure? Get out of here, man! I'm sure that made Jenny Nicholson cringe.
At least it's not Princess and the Frog,
True.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
True. It's Tiana's colon. No.
Those grits, dude.
Cold beignets.
I haven't eaten there yet.
No. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So now it's weird that I haven't eaten at the place in the town. How have you not been there?
Yeah.
You know?
That's your place. Like mine's Splitsville.
So we even have memories from the good old days.
Yeah.
Or like growing up there. Our first episode, growing up with Disneyland.
Mhm.
It's like, this place has been here since we were young. It's changed a little bit. We've changed a little bit. But like, we have memories of being there.
I would also argue, like I was saying earlier, sorry to cut you off, how almost most Californians have been to Disneyland. Southern Californians, I should say. I would argue that most of those people have some kind of core memory at Disneyland.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like, we could have been there at the same time. Right?
Yeah.
And we can talk about the times that we may have experienced simultaneously without being there at the same time.
Yeah.
We can talk about the last Pixar Fest And you and I probably didn't hang out at the last Pixar Fest, but you remember the corn dog, right? And then I could talk about the corn dog. You could talk about I know it's something silly like a corn dog. Oh, what did you think about that parade back then?
Dude, there was a time, I'm going to say 2016 or 17, where I was just sitting in downtown Disney. Don't even remember where. Kind of far. I am envisioning where Benny's Express is, Jazz Kitchen, but I am on the opposite end toward where Splitsville's at, kind of by House of Blues. Okay. I remember seeing you zip really fast across.
Me?
Yeah.
When? Before Trammin?
Before Trammin? Wait, dude, like 2016.
BT.
Yeah, but it's 2016, 2017. But it's not like I was going to go run out because, dude, you're on a mission. I just remember being like, that's Kirk. And seeing you zip across.
Huh.
Yeah, but we were there at the same time. No idea. Or like that time you said, I remember we saw each other on the tram.
Yeah, we both got off the same tram.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not even talking about that.
Just like, I know.
Yeah.
Like, we both had the same experience at completely different times.
Yeah. Like, we checked, Kimmy and I, based off of pictures we have. We may have actually not ever been there on the same day, which is wild.
Yeah.
But there's a chance. There's a chance that, Kimmy and I met in 2020, but there's a chance we were in Disneyland the same day.
Yeah.
There's a chance we rode the same ride the same day. There's a chance we were on the same Big Thunder Mountain Railroad train.
A higher chance of being in the same place than most other places.
I don't know if there is any other place Kimmy and I could have possibly been at the same time, but Disneyland is definitely one of them.
It's the common denominator.
Dude, think of all the listeners that go, oh yeah, I was there for that.
Yeah.
And think about the times where you weren't there for something, but then someone else was. I can't believe you were there when Johnny Depp was on Pirates.
Yeah.
I can't believe you were there when Mark Hamill was on Star Tours. I was at both of those things, but missed both of them.
Yeah.
So, but like, you can talk about this thing. I know about that thing, and I wasn't there. And we are now we have shared this experience of like, you experienced the thing I wanted to experience in the place that we both always go to, and it's this weird feeling of you immediately relate to someone.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I'm trying to think of all the times like people have brought up or that Trammin comes up. The worst, I never want to bring it up. The only reason, actually, I talked about that whole Walt Disney World thing. The hygienist did not bring up Trammin. But then the dentist, Dr. Kim, love that guy. He's like, oh, are you like into Disneyland? Because he's like, oh, happy birthday. What'd you do? And I went to Disney. Oh, are you into it? And at that point, you kind of have to be like, yeah, I have a podcast, the whole thing. I don't want to talk about it. But like,
I have the same rigmarole.
Yeah. But it always just comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not Trammin, but like just like Disneyland. And like, oh, yeah, I'm taking my family. Where should I eat? It's like we all just have shared this place. And it's weird.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I do know somebody who has not been to Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
But he lives across the street from Disney Springs.
He's not in California. He's not
in California.
Yeah,
right.
That's the thing.
But I was just literally going through everyone I know. And I think everyone I know has been to Disneyland.
Dude, my grandpa and grandma, and my grandma never spoke English.
Exactly.
She's been at Disneyland.
Exactly.
She's met Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
There might be a picture of her somewhere with one of the characters.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace. But like, we've all been there. And yeah, our parents have memories, and our parents have pictures there.
It's always the photo album pictures.
Dude, I always forget to post it for one reason or another. There's a picture of like my mom, my aunt, and I think my dad on that bench on the porch in Main Street.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
There's
just a developed photo of them sitting there.
Yeah.
And there are pictures of me and Kimmy sitting there. There's pictures of the bench empty.
Yeah.
Like, you probably have a picture on that bench. We've all had a picture on this bench. And like, it's just through time.
Crazy.
And we're kind of weird citizens of Disneyland, and it's very weird, and it's very cool.
Yeah, the more we're going over this, the more I'm like, man, I'm very thankful to have a place like this.
Yeah, it's the city we're all from, and we we understand that we all have our own cities, but you can only really have community things, that feeling of community during community events. Yeah. Whereas any day at Disneyland could be that, you know, and maybe a little less now because it's not as spontaneous now, but it's like, you know, we're trying to plan something with the guys and we're just like, yeah, let's just go to Palm Breeze or something. Like, we'll keep it low key. You can show up if you want, show up after work, you know, come have a drink after work. And, you know, you could do this in real life, but we have this place and it's just easy. Yeah. And we grew up this way. We got used to it. The people around us did. You know, you're all here because you like it. Yeah. You're all in our Discord because you feel like this sense of community. You know, we're going to get to it later. People meet up with each other now.
We like the weird, obscure history, like we're saying.
Yeah, there's something to nerd out about. Mm-hmm. It doesn't all have to be like, I mean, it could be boring history to someone.
It could.
People don't really care that there's a block that used to be the House of the Future, but we do.
Yeah. That's one of the only things that I can watch on YouTube with Brandy.
Disney stuff.
Disney history. The Funkland, we're always watching together. I used to watch Yesterworld a lot. Same thing. We had a whole Vegas trip where I had the phone there and Brandy was watching it and I chime in every once in a while, you know. But we did it for 4 hours straight. But that's something we have in common, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Everything else on my YouTube algorithm, she cannot watch. But Disney stuff, she can.
Yeah, for us, it's any Disney stuff and basically any Bright Sun film stuff. Mm-hmm. And so like travel content, some of it, yeah, we'll kind of get into that together. Abandoned, Bankrupt.
I can do a little bit of that with her, but mainly.
Like Kimmy got really bored during the Bankrupt episode that just came out about Eastern Airlines.
Yeah.
I was all into it.
I can see it.
But like, you know, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's this common thing. And I mean, yeah, if I didn't mean to bring it up, but yeah, this show right here that you are listening to right now, dear listener, you write in about it, you follow us, you talk to other people without us, you come to the meetup, you want the sticker, you talk to people about the sticker, right? You want to join a Discord and message people and talk about, it's like you talk about things that aren't Disney in our Discord.
Yeah.
Right? We don't talk most of the time, like unless we're discussing the news, it's like some movie that people are interested in. And like Star Wars is kind of Disney, right? But it's like Pokemon's in this every now and then shows up in there. So yeah, we're all from the same city, and we all have different experiences with it, but we share a lot of them, and we can share the experience of different experiences because there is this common thread.
Yep.
So
well said.
Yeah. So we're from California, and Disneyland is our walkable city. And that is our Big Thunder topic. So if this is your final stop,
thanks for chatting with us today.
And if not, it's time for We Have It So Good, where we in the TramFam talk about our trips to Disneyland and what's bringing us joy lately. Right in with your trip recaps at trammin.com/ask, just like Reyes did. Hello, Trammin. We have it so good. And on my trip to the parks this past Friday, I was able to get in around 4 p.m. with little to no wait to park and to go through security. With time to spare before Fantasmic, I headed into DCA where I rode Racers, Incredicoaster, and Soarin', all as a single rider. I picked up a brew and took in the vibes before I crossed over to meet up with some of the Tram Fam, John and Sheridan. We coordinated and met up by Jungle Cruise. I should have crossed over earlier to try to snag a spot for Fantasmic, but I wanted to see them and possibly go on Jungle Cruise prior. Great to see them, chatted for a bit about Trammin and the parks. They advised that I skip going on a ride with them and go ahead and try to snag a spot for Fantasmic. Hopefully, we can get another Trammin meetup soon. As for Fantasmic, I'm glad it has returned. I was able to snag a spot in front of the Haunted Mansion on top of the stairs right when the cast members just opened up the spot. While Murphy may be gone for now, they did add a few new scenes and elements. Call me biased, but this is my favorite nighttime spectacular at the Disneyland Resort. Had a wonderful time and hope to grab a Fantasmic dining package next time. Hope to be back in the parks in a few weeks. Until then, cheers.
Nice.
Glad you guys met up. That's
great. Yeah, it's kind of like I think we've said in the past. It's like we're the parents, and it's like
It's
the primos are getting along, you know.
No, it's the Michael Scott quote. It's like all my children grew up and married each other.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm really happy for that.
When will we get our first Trammin meet cute, where people start dating because of Trammin? I was the first.
Mm-hmm,
That was right off the bat, dude.
Yeah,
like 7 episodes in, but like you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's bound to happen.
Yeah. Don't be weird though, please. That's not what the Discord's for. You guys figure that out on your own.
Yeah.
All right. Rain, you went to Disneyland.
I did. I went on Friday. Friday. Did an after work trip as usual. I picked up Alyssa, picked up Brandy, went to the house, kind of chilled for a little bit. And we were meeting up with Ricardo and Karina per usual. Get a nice 5 of us in our group. We got there. Parking was pretty bad, but not ridiculous, you know. But when we walked in and we parked and everything, once again, the Friday night crowd was there. The lines for security were ridiculous. We decided to walk to downtown Disney entrance again, and it was much more manageable. Still took a while, but a lot more manageable. Went in through there.
I haven't been on the tram in a very long time.
I'm right there with you, dude. Went on the monorail. Got onto the monorail. I got a bone to pick with that monorail line, dude. It becomes chaos.
Yeah.
It really becomes chaos. Like
sometimes they open the front gate. Sometimes they open all the gates.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the cast members are screaming, if there's room in front of you, go to it.
And some people don't move, and then you move. They're like, why are you cutting us?
Exactly.
Like, they told me to move, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's people who are all the way in the back that are going through everyone, being like, well, they said to fill in the spot and you're not doing it, so I'm doing it. It's a whole drama. We waited for like 20 minutes for the monorail, even though there were multiple running. Yeah, it was busy, very busy. We got into the park, and Karina was very hungry. So we ended up walking. Dude, it was already pretty late.
You threw her straight under the bus.
It was already like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And we walked all the way to Hungry Bear. Because
how did you get there? Main way or Galaxy's Edge?
Galaxy's Edge.
So it's closed the main way?
It's not. I thought it was. And I argued with Ricardo and Karina saying, nope, it's closed. They said it's closed. And we went through Galaxy's Edge and we saw people walking in through the other way. And I'm like, come on, you know. But even then, I was trying to avoid Haunted Mansion area because of Fantasmic. I was like, it's going to be chaos over there. I don't want to deal with that. Let's go through Galaxy's Edge. Went to Galaxy's Edge, went through there, went to Hungry Bear. I got the s'mores funnel cake. Was chasing the dragon with that churro funnel cake before, and definitely did not hit the same. It was fine.
No, I want the snake in my boot one.
Yeah, that one sounds good too.
Yeah.
But also the pistachio cold brew. Very not sweet at all, surprisingly. Decent. Straight like 6 out of 10. Yeah. Decent though. Like I'm not this was a better this lot.
What'd you get?
The honey oat, dude. Always get the honey oat.
You got to try the triple black. That's the chocolate chai.
All right.
I was going to text you. Do you like chai? That's the way to go.
I do.
Next time.
So yeah, got that while we were eating there. And we were just chilling. That area in the back toward over there was actually kind of full. Because I think a lot of the influencers kind of hanging out. Only reason why I know that is because I saw what's his face from Bosco. Chris Payne.
Chris Payne.
Yeah. And we locked eyes and I'm like, I know you know me, but you didn't respond on my email, so I'm not talking to you. Yeah, a lot of people over there. Let's see. While we were sitting there, I hear a thunderous roar. Fantasmic started. People
going first day.
First day, dude. First show. And I was able to see a good amount of it from Hungry Bear.
Nice.
I wanted to see Peter Pan. I saw pretty much all of Peter Pan. Standing, just leaning over the rail, watching Hook and Pan duke it out on the top, seeing the Lost Boys.
They kind of have to keep going while everyone could see, right?
Yeah. And where I was, after the Pan section concluded, they were still fully in character talking to everyone who was kind of like by the water right there. And it was really cool to see. Everyone kind of cringy, but people were like, so glad you're back. Welcome home, Peter Pan. You know, like, I get it. You're excited.
Yeah,
sure.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah. But it was cool. That was really cool. glad to see Fantasmic is back. It was just insane. The crowds were just insane in general. That ending will forever give me chills. Mickey coming out, controlling the fireworks, controlling, doing his little spiel. I didn't see it, but I saw it all over social media. Real lazy with the Maleficent.
It's just her now, right?
It's her with the projection mapped set of thorns under her.
Oh.
Yeah. Like we had that. We had it before. They added a couple little explosions.
At least they still light the thing on fire.
They do. Do you think Murph's coming back? Or do you think that's all just like...
I think maybe
fake?
just one day they will.
But
For anniversary.
Not anytime soon. And it's going to be a big event when they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, hung out at Hungry Bear. It was cool to see some of that. Part of Fantasmic. Ended up going on Mickey and Minnie. What else we got on? We got on something on Hyperspace. Shout out to Hyperspace, dude. Love that ride. Very fun. Then we walked over to Mickey and Minnie and we went on Roger Rabbit. And from there, pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
You know what? I want to shout out. We went to Jolly Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen their mobile order situation now?
No.
Horrible.
It's always been bad, but
I remember there being that little table that was outside.
yeah.
And it was like, I'm here? Sure.
They got rid of that.
They got rid of it. There's 2 mobile order windows now.
Yeah.
But there's one line. But there are 2, like, if your window is ready for number 1, she'll be like number 1 window. And people from the back will like scurry through because everyone's number 2. If that makes any sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was probably waiting in that mobile order line after my thing already popped for a good 20 minutes. And all I got...
It was grad night.
Nope, not grad night.
Oh, wasn't this Friday's grad night?
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Last Friday was not.
Oh.
All I got...
because of Fantasmic, probably.
Yeah. All I got were... You can't see it here. But 2 macarons. And that's it.
Which macaron?
The special... The limited edition one. It's like white with black cherry. Good stuff. Delicious. So, yeah, that was it. That was my trip.
Nice. Do you have anything to say about Strongwater? Was that?
Yeah, on Saturday, I took my mom to Strongwater for a late Mother's Day dinner because we had I had my bachelor party, and then the week after we had our PRS event, the dog event. So I was like, "You're not going to want to go anywhere Sunday. You're going to want to relax. So let's just do it next week." Went to Strongwater, just me and her. When I got there, we sat at the lower captain's table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the waiter, the bartender came up. Awesome bartender. Like top tier bartender I've ever had. And he said, "By the way, have you guys been here?" And I said, "I've been here. She's never been here." And he's like, "Well, everything is new. We have added so much stuff. The food menu is completely different. There's a couple things I return, like the burger. But
That's really good.
yeah, but for the most part, almost everything is brand new." And my eyes lit up, dude, because last time we went, I was like, man, I feel like they're just missing right now. Missing on this food.
And you love that stupid chicken sandwich.
I did, but I just I wasn't
They're missing on the options.
Yeah. I shouldn't feel like I need to get a chicken sandwich at Strongwater.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So we ended up getting some chicken wontons that are like Din Tai Fung style wontons.
What does that look like?
Looks like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Amazing, dude. Like legit amazing. This is probably your style right here, dude. Japanese curry tots. Almost like a poutine kind of thing with Spam. And curry everywhere. Next.
I don't like tots. Kimmy likes tots, but she
You don't
won't
like tots?
She won't like that. No.
Oh, that was great. In this,
It tastes like oil.
It was great in this. This was amazing. And of course we got my shrimp. So glad they didn't take that off. Drinks wise, my mom was like, "I don't know what to get here. I don't know tiki drinks." I said, "Get the painkiller." She liked it. She said it was good. But I got one of the new drinks. The mango sticky rice.
Ooh.
I'm not a mango guy, but my God, that is a drink.
Is it sticky rice like a red bean donut type deal?
Well, it's like the rice, like the mango rice that people are making, the dessert.
I have no idea what this is.
Mango sticky rice?
No.
Yeah, it's like almost like a arroz con leche kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's
okay.
like Filipino or something.
Okay.
But it's almost like the banana drink that we have.
Banana batida?
Yeah, but I would argue this is better. Almost has like a little bit of chia in there too. It was so good. My mom's like, yeah, I'm on one of those. So she got that in the second round. I got another drink. It was like a bourbon style drink on the second round. It was also a new drink. I forgot what it was called. But and then we got the desserts. No longer do they have the cheesecake.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I told the game. That's all right with me. They now have like he said it's like tres leches, but with condensed milk forward, like mainly condensed milk. It was awesome. It was like a sponge with condensed milk, sponge cake. And then they have a condensed milk ice cream brownie. Oh,
too much condensed milk.
Yeah, a lot of condensed milk here. Strong water's back, dude. I mean, never really went away, but I was just blown away.
I know, dude. When we went, you went like 4 days before that.
yeah. But I was so happy with the whole experience. All the new drinks are awesome. All the new food is really good. I am excited just to go back and try the other new stuff that came out. So,
Ooh.
Yeah, good stuff.
Nice.
Also passed by Lost Temple Traders, and they just had like a bunch of these.
Oh, so they're not dead.
No, it's like storage, but a retail spot for storage. Very, very odd. Very odd.
So, Rain, what time is it?
It's
pizza time.
It's time for one last bite. Rain, as always, what is the best thing you tasted this week?
Had some good stuff this week, dude. Some really good stuff. I'm going to give it to that mango sticky rice drink. That was insane. I was like, the bartender told me, this is my favorite drink on the menu now. Said, give me that. So, yeah, I'm going to give it to that for sure.
Nice. I'm going to give it to the Lord Stanley, a 32-ounce Wagyu tomahawk steak from Solani Steak Tavern in Laguna Beach. You see the picture for this thing?
I'm surprised that you got the tomahawk. You're not usually a tomahawk guy, right?
It was 32-ounce Wagyu tomahawk. But it
okay.
wasn't A5 Wagyu, which would not have been good.
Which is the white one?
That's A5.
That's A5. Okay.
The problem with A5, you can't eat. I mean, they measure the bone as part of this. We didn't eat 4 pounds of steak, right?
Yeah.
Or no, 2 pounds of steak. But you can't eat that much of the A5 because you get tired of it. It's so
just fatty. Yeah.
But this was just a really high quality tomahawk.
Nice.
I was there with my dad. I knew he would split it with me. It's for 2. And I was worried because when you see something with a name, you know, it's named after the Stanley Cup, the Lord Stanley's Cup, and it costs as much as it did. Tomahawk, 32 ounce. Is it a gimmick? Right?
Higher or lower than Mastro's?
I don't really go to Mastro's.
Oh, okay.
And their steaks are fine.
I was not impressed.
Yeah, it's Mastro's is all about the lobster gnocchi.
You told me this and I did not get it.
And you would love it because lobster is like shrimp.
Yeah.
So, and my dad likes Mastro's now. He goes, get all the like little dishes they have. It's like, forget the steak. But this was a $240 steak.
Lower than Mastro's.
Really?
$265. And this was 2 years ago.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mastro's knows what they have. That's why.
It's the Mastro's tax.
Yeah, it's the Mastro's tax. Solani Steak Tavern, like, they actually had a couple TVs and like people would just chill at the bar. But it was okay. Like, actually, shout out to the waiter. I mean, he's okay. But like, hey, can I get an Ocean Avenue? Because it had like blue curacao and rum and all these great things. He goes, do you like sweet drinks? I go, not like how sweet. He goes, this drink's really sweet. And I go, oh, what about the hat trick? He goes, it's my favorite drink here. I'm like, all right, one of those. It was like gin and, you know, the standard like gin drink.
So it's like a hockey place?
No, just Timu Solani.
Oh, that's right. He's
Solani Steak Tavern.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It is hockey stuff. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not gimmicky. Like the menu, like there's the Lord Stanley and then the drinks are cute names, but like it's a white menu with a typeface on it. It's not like his number is not anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just like his signature.
You're not taking a picture with his wax figure.
No, but there's like a fake Stanley Cup somewhere. But it's like around the corner near the bathroom. Like
okay.
If they like chill out.
Yeah.
And it's, have you seen this? It's like in a little cottage. It's adorable. And there's like a fake well outside. It probably was real at some point.
So he was I forget.
He was a duck.
Okay. He's the guy who's the traitor?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Him, Teemu Selanne from Finland, the Finnish Flash, as they call him. Number 8 was like best buds with Paul Correa, number 9.
Paul Correa's the traitor.
No, but we found out later that like he got like this really bad concussion and the Ducks didn't care about him. So that's
got it. Not a traitor.
But he went with them because he was like, they did my friend dirty. I'm going to go play with them. In Colorado. Shout out.
The Rockies.
To JDS. No.
Got it. Okay. That's baseball.
Huh?
That's baseball. Colorado Rockies, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Colorado Avalanche is hockey. So,
Look, oh, that's cool.
It's adorable.
I want to go there.
Dude, they have a only during the day, like till 2 p.m. bakery coffee shop too.
That's cool.
But instead of an A, it's an 8. That was his number. But like bakery. Yeah. Great spot for dinner.
By your parents?
No, like Laguna Beach.
Oh, Laguna Beach. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's South Laguna Beach, but before the montage.
Cool.
Not that you know what that means.
Nope.
It's like farther down PCH. Like you went to like Forest Avenue.
Yes.
It's 5 minutes south of that.
South. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can go back way. But it is very cute. It's nice. Like different. There's an outdoor area too. But yeah, there he is. So yeah, it's real. It's
is it the guy on the left or the right?
On the right. On
Yeah,
the right,
yeah. Yeah, that's the hockey dude. The hockey dude right there, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, we got bread for the appetizer. They have a steak tartare, but like a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes were decent. Mushrooms had 2 sticks of butter in them. Some of the best mushrooms I've had in a restaurant because sometimes they're a miss. But it had a lot of potential to go bad. And we left. My dad goes, that was really good. Because I wasn't sure. Like he was straight up. I was straight up. Like, I really hope this is good.
Yeah.
And it was. So, and it was like a unique thing. Although, dude, we sat down. My dad's like, look over there. The guy at the bar ordered it.
What
the 32-ounce tomahawk.
By himself?
It's just like right in front of him.
Oh, wow.
Just sat at the bar.
Yeah.
And ordered a 32-ounce.
That's boss moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It was good. Dessert was fine. That's okay. We like ended early.
Mm-hmm.
And so Kimmy was like out walking around. And I'm like, do you need a ride to your house? She's like, sure. So I picked her. We got ice cream.
Nice.
Shout out to the gelato shop that people see on TikTok. There was no line because it was a Thursday. So stuff. But yeah, number one thing, the Lord Stanley.
Nice
name. So Rain, finally, what is your one next bite? When are you going? Are you coming Monday? Toss up?
Toss up, dude. Toss up at this point. When am I? I don't think I have any reses. Any reses right now.
Whoa.
Yeah. When am I going tomorrow? Tell you the truth. We'll see. What is my next one? My one next bite. I kind of want to just get some standard chicken strips, chicken tenders.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just straight up, dude. Give me some golden horseshoe in my life. I haven't been there in a long time.
It didn't sound like you said horseshoe. Let me know if you heard it. But
you did not.
They heard it. I remembered this because of the date and what's happening tomorrow. Happy birthday, America. Kimmy's cousin.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
I feel like it's always America's birthday.
No.
Okay. All right.
So we forgot too. So we said happy birthday, Reyes. Happy birthday,
Jackson.
Huh?
Happy birthday, Jackson.
Yeah. So Reyes goes the other birthday was Jackson.
That's right.
Reyes remembered. So happy birthday, Jackson. Yeah. Happy birthday, Emily.
That's She said you mentioned that too. I feel like Reyes is a general of the TramFam.
The general?
Yeah. Where he's talking to all the TramFam, you know. Where he's
like the generals though. He's the
what's under a general?
He's Colonel Reyes.
Colonel Reyes.
Lieutenant Reyes or Colonel Reyes?
Colonel Reyes. Yeah.
Colonel Reyes.
The Colonel.
I like that. Yeah. The
reporting for duty.
I'm just making my back hurts noises. So yeah, happy birthday to all of you. Probably forgot another one. I don't know. Why do I feel like Andrea's birthday was in May? But I feel like I texted her happy birthday 6 months ago.
I thought it was America's birthday last month. I don't know why.
We've been doing this a while, right?
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. Andrea. I save birthdays now just to. Oh. Yeah. May 31st. Andrea.
Good call.
Happy birthday, Andrea.
Good call.
Got it. Got him.
Good
Got
call.
him in the last second. Okay, because I remember the May birthdays because those are cool birthdays. We got some other ones, but they don't listen to Trammin, so no, happy birthday for you. So happy birthday, TramFam. And for me, I thought it was going to be like the Palm Breeze poutine or sandwich, and then I remembered I'm going Saturday.
Okay.
So it's going to be that pork shank.
Nice.
Yeah. And if not, some sort of Pixar booth. But I'm going with pork shank. May the spires keep you. And with that,
thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
see you real soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for traveling with us today, and we hope you have a happy and memorable visit to the Disneyland Resort. Please lower your head, watch your step, and exit to the driver's right-hand side only.